I'm not sure what to do.
I hear you.
There we go. Okay. We are live. Sorry, guys. We're having some technical difficulties here, but I think we are on here. You can all hear us. Very good. Okay. Thank you all for joining us here today. We're going to give you an update on the winter storm that's coming in for this weekend. My name is Mike Kochasik. I'm a meteorologist here at the National Weather Service in Louisville. Before we get started, I just want to thank our forecast crew. They work tirelessly around the clock. They work long hours and stressful days here with challenging forecasts and getting these slides together and giving that information out to you all. So just want to acknowledge them for the work they put in, and we'll continue to do so. As I'm sure a lot of you will do, we'll be working through the weekend during the storm system and working some really weird long hours and maybe even being stuck at work. So just kudos to all of our good crew here. They work really hard. Okay, so not a lot's changed. There's a few changes, but we'll go ahead and get into some of that now. We have that winter storm warning that's still in effect and still expecting those major impacts. We're talking about large snow and ice amounts to the major impacts on the roadways, the utilities, just daily life in general. So this will impact you in some way, form, or fashion out there this weekend. So be prepared for power outages, be prepared for impassable roadways, maybe even impossible travel in some parts of the state. We're looking at large snow and ice totals, some sort of wintry precipitation mix or ice or snow for much of the state. Freezing rains mainly expected over southern Kentucky with snow greater chances up in the north, especially along the I-64 corridor. But just to note that these totals are subject to change. If the forecast wobbles, the system wobbles even just a little bit, these numbers could be adjusted. So please stay weather aware to the latest forecast updates for the different amounts. The storm track has remained fairly similar, though, over the past 24 hours. So our confidence is increasing in these transition zones between snow, sleet, and ice. So there's that to keep in mind as well, that what you see here on the slide as far as ice and snow amounts, our confidence is increasing, and this is how it's going to play out. Dangerously cold temperatures, we still have a high confidence in that we're going to see 0 degrees or near 0 degree temperatures, maybe even below in some spots, and really, really cold wind chills down through midweek. So if power's out, please be prepared to stay warm, dress warm, have an alternate heat source, but also practice that safety with fires or generators, things like that. So, yeah, I'm not really sure why my bar is showing up here, but basically oh, there we go. That's helpful. The onset timing, the windows are more concise now, that we're looking at a slower exit time on Sunday night into Monday morning. So we'll show that slide here in a minute here, but we're looking at significant ice accumulations increasing along the I-75 corridor. So if you're traveling in those areas, do so get through those areas beforehand. And we also want to mention too, thank you, the timing of the snow here, down here on the bottom left corner here. There is a brief lull in precipitation where we're going to have some heavier precipitation through Saturday night, but then Saturday night through Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, there might be a brief lull. That could certainly play out where it stops snowing as heavy or raining as heavy for freezing rain or sleeting, but then it'll pick back up again Sunday morning. So it's kind of a false starter there that's acting like it's going to finish up, but it's not. It's going to keep going. So don't take that false security there. It'll go through Sunday night and then diminishing towards Monday morning. All right, so let's start with tonight. We're expecting some really cold temperatures and wind chills as low as -10 in parts of the state, or pretty much the whole state, minus the Ashland area of -10 degrees right now. So dress in layers. Don't go outside if you don't have to, especially if you're of the vulnerable population. The younger crowd or older folks, they're more susceptible to that cold weather. So try to limit your time outdoors, especially tonight. And if you have to be outside, dress in layers because it's going to get cold. Here's that winter storm warning. It's now across the entire state of Kentucky. And this is in effect from 7 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday morning, through 7 a.m. Eastern time on Monday. Still expecting that heavy snowfall and ice and expecting those major impacts. Power outages, we need to be prepared for those. Impassable roads, the impacts to those utilities, and downed trees. So we're hoping that you've prepared by this point, or folks out there have prepared, but for you last minute shoppers, if you can get any supplies left, if you haven't gotten your emergency kits in place, finish those preparations as soon as possible. And a reminder that ready.gov/kit, that's KIT, is a good place to get some helpful hints and tips and tricks for preparing for winter weather. All right, so this is our forecast snow amounts here from early Saturday morning through Monday morning. And it's kind of a range here. The areas that you're seeing in the blue are anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow there, and you're expecting more ice there. So the way this forecast again is going to work is that if you get more ice, you'll probably see less snow. If you get more snow, you'll see less ice. As you move northward, that's where your snow amounts increase and your ice amounts should decrease, the way the system's going to pan out. So just want to draw your attention for south central Indiana and northern Kentucky there, especially that I-64 corridor. You're looking at 12 to 15 plus inches of snow still. And again, this has been fairly consistent from yesterday till today. So, expecting a lot of snow there, maybe even an inch per hour, or maybe even a little better than an inch an hour at times. So again, subject to change. Keep an eye on this, especially as we lead up to tomorrow. The forecast can change, but significant snow amounts is what we're expecting here. And then if we talk about snow ratios, this is going to start as a colder snow, but it is increasing with the temperature of the warm air aloft is leading to increase the snow ratios here. So mostly dry, fluffy, but these numbers are getting more towards the middle of a little bit wetter, a little bit heavier to snow starting out on Saturday. But you see these areas in red here on the right. So as we go ahead and go towards Sunday, the warmer weather kind of makes that snow more wet and more like concrete, real heavy wet snow for Sunday. So these large snow totals and being very heavy will be difficult to move and shovel. So folks that aren't in the best shape or elderly, trying to push shovels around or maybe doing too much, you can easily overexert themselves. So please help us message that using caution is advised. Take frequent breaks, drink water, dress warm, get inside, that kind of thing, because it can be pretty heavy and difficult for those with bad health. All right, so next slide here, we're going to talk about the ice amounts. So this is creeped further north a little bit here, but for the most part, kind of the Kentucky parkways and south is your greatest risk for seeing those ice amounts being the largest, anywhere from a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. We don't have it on this map here, but there's a small area in the Lake Cumberland area down near the Kentucky-Tennessee border where it's a non-zero chance that we could see up to 3/4 inch of ice. And that's a lot of ice. But the latest data we had was like 5% chance or less. So it's not a big chance, but it's non-zero. So just preparing ahead of time that the more ice you have, that's more weight on trees and other utility lines and things like that could give us some trouble and lead to some power outages or even some impassable roadways there. So again, subject to change. So let's keep an eye on the forecast here. But this is what we're looking at for ice for the next couple of days. Here's the probability of exceeding a 1/4 inch of ice. So it's mainly down there in the south, the Kentucky parkways in the south, that you're going to see that greater chance. It's a non-zero chance as we go into south central Indiana and up towards the I-64 corridor, but we are thinking it's mostly going to be a snow forecast on the north side of the parkways. But again, non-zero chance. So just be ready for anything in this winter storm because it's going to be a memorable one for sure. So timing, what has changed here? The onset timing windows have narrowed as our confidence continues to increase as the storm is approaching. So snow will overspread the region from the southwest to the northeast through the day on Saturdays, starting at in the western part of the state of Kentucky, 6 to 9 a.m. And then as we kind of progress through the day, it'll move into much of the state of Kentucky, south central Indiana, anywhere from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then moving towards northern Kentucky, Covington area, over to the Ashland area, somewhere between 3 and 6 p.m. Eastern time. And our confidence is now high on this, that it's stayed pretty consistent, and that's pretty much what we're expecting for Saturday. Now, the end time here, as we move forward to talk about that, the exit time has been moved a little later as the system looks like it might be slowing down just a tad. So the winter storm warning does go through 7 a.m. Monday morning now. But as you move across the state in the western part, Paducah and other areas over that way, the snow will most likely be ending, precipitation ending 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern time. And then as you move towards central Kentucky, south central Indiana, anywhere from midnight to about 3 a.m., that'd be early Monday morning, the snow would be ending. And then as you move towards the eastern part of the state, after 6 a.m. Eastern time, the snow will be wrapping up around there. So since this is still kind of changing and going later, our confidence is medium on the end timing, but we do expect it to be pretty much over by Monday. Here's our dangerously cold temperatures as they come in. Once the snow ends, the cold front and it's a really big cold front coming in to really drop those air temperatures down. You can see these minimum temperatures are really, really cold, especially on Monday and Tuesday morning. And then again, Friday on January the 30th. But I really want to highlight the wind chill forecast here. So if you look at Monday and Tuesday, you're talking temperatures down to even minus 20, minus 21 in some places, like in Lexington there Tuesday morning. Very, very cold, and we're likely to have an extreme cold warning out for this at some point for next week, advisories or warnings. So very, very cold, and this is very concerning for the power outages situation. So, let's be good neighbors. Don't forget to check on your neighbors and make sure that everyone's, staying warm and check in with family and friends, but also have multiple layers, blankets, if you can stock up on that type of thing. Sleeping bags don't hurt to have, and practice that safety with generators. Never start them inside in your garage. Always have those outside, and practice fireplace safety if you actually have a live fire in your house. So if you can help us out, just feel free to take this. These slides will be coming to you. If they're not in your inbox already, they'll be coming shortly. Please share these widely on social media or to your distribution lists to help us spread the word on preparations. But preparation, the window is closing very quickly on when you should be prepared, for the storm, because you don't want to be out too late Saturday still prepping. So this is your last chance to get out and prep ahead of time. Help people understand that. And here's some emergency kit things you can put in. Don't forget about your pets or your health, medicines and things. Important documents are always good to have on hand, just in case, even on a regular day. But have batteries and 3 days worth of food or water, just in case it takes some time to get the utilities restored in your area if you lose power or other utilities there. So just keep that in mind as well, that this is a good thing to share with people for the emergency kit, or go to ready.gov/KIT kit for other tips. So thanks for bearing with me here. I know that was another long brief, but there was a lot to cover because this is a pretty big storm system coming through. So if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat box and input your questions there. If there's things that I hadn't covered that you would like answers to. Otherwise, again, these slides will be sent out, so please refer to those in your email if you want to have some reference material for later. Okay, so some folks are asking for the timing again, so let's go ahead and go up here to the timing slide. So this is the onset time here. So this is when we expect precipitation to really kind of get going across the state of Kentucky and south central Indiana. So really, by the morning, you should probably be where you're going to be safe. So someone's asking about the timeline. So yeah, it's going to start off as snow, and then you have the freezing rain and sleet potential kind of through the afternoon on Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening, and then it'll change back over to snow as we kind of end the event. So keep an eye on the radar, as if you have a good radar app on your phone. There's lots of good ones out there, so we don't recommend any one in particular here. But if you keep an eye on the radar and just kind of monitor as things progress, you can kind of see where the rain snow line or even the sleet line will be for that freezing rain or that snow potential. asking for the front slides. I'll go back here to the very beginning. This is a kind of a good kind of overview if you want to just kind of get some quick details here at the front end. So I do have a note here from our forecast guys that the slides are updated and now on our website, and that the email is inbound. So we did send the email, so you should get those here probably within the next 20, 30 minutes or so as they're kind of bouncing through cyberspace. So stay tuned to that. Appreciate the questions. If you let's see, never mind's in here. That's okay. I think we answered a lot of these, and a lot of these questions will be answered by the slides that are coming. Again, please be patient as our system. We have a lot of people on our distribution list to get through, and it's a big storm system, and there's a lot of taxing on our infrastructure. There's a lot of people hitting our website, so please be patient as they're coming in, but they will come in. If you're on our conference call list, they should pop in here momentarily. So I think this will be the last conference call we do, unless there's some big major change or something. We'll send that notification out. But I think at this point, this will be the last update until the storm system arrives. So for the latest information, you can always go to weather.gov and click on the map for your location, and there's hourly forecast information on there that you can get the updated timing and snow amounts and ice amounts. It'll all be there on that website there. And we'll continue to update our slides and send those out as we have updates. So stay tuned to that. But just a general message of well-being here. Please stay safe out there, and try to convince folks, if you can, to not travel if they don't have to. Emergency travel only, because we got to leave room for our road crews and our emergency crews to do their work. And they do such an incredible job. So if you stay out of their way, that'll help them do their jobs if you can. So with that in mind, I want to thank you all for your attendance and your time today. We'll go ahead and end this call. And if you ever need us, please respond to the email or give us a call. We'd be happy to give you an update. Thanks, everyone. Take care and stay safe.